That's hella XP.
Welcome to the Hella XP Actual Play Podcast. Today we're playing Shibuyan Knights in an adventure called The Crew of August Marsh. We're playing with Matt Conant as Sim, Lauren Cipollo as Vex, and Emmett Puri as August Marsh. I'll be your GM, Mo Poplar.
All right. So, okay. How much can I discern? Like, I know, well, as far as I know, as the character that I'm playing, I haven't done anything, but that doesn't mean that my uncle hasn't been doing things while I wasn't paying attention. So, if I allow this dinner to happen, how much could I assume that I'm just going to really get in trouble because no one is poisoned, or something has happened and by me walking away and not saying anything, everybody might die at this dinner? Is there any way that I could know that or get a better idea of that?
So before we figure out how we're going to make these rolls, your uncle leans over to you and says, "Stay close to family, niece. Don't get too far away. It's dangerous out there." Now, how are you going to find this out?
I mean, Sim would certainly talk to Liana and be like, if there's any risk of this at all, you can't open tonight.
She says, "I know." So we have.
So it's clear to us from context as well that there might be poison. That's what we're thinking.
Well, that's what he suggested very loudly in front of everybody.
Right. Okay.
And Vex went with him.
I think is this like the mission is determine this for opening night?
This is a messy situation, and
okay.
I've only set up the situation. Who would I be to tell you how to resolve the situation?
Fair enough. I mean, what Sim would do is attempt to craft something that, when exposed to most poisons, would change color.
Okay.
And
so you absolutely do that.
Okay.
We're not going to roll for it yet.
Okay. But that's what Sim's like, hang on, I'll be right back. And he like ducks into the kitchen.
Right.
And is like looking around, making sure no one's eating. He's like slapping food out of the chef's mouths and things.
Right,
He's like,
right.
Don't try it. Like, leave it alone. Give me 5 minutes. And he sits down to start doing that.
August Marsh, what are you doing?
Talking, I'm like, all right, well, Vex was eating this servant food. So I guess that's probably not poisoned. Probably. Unless
she wasn't eating the service food at all. What was she doing? Dum, dum, dum. She was certainly hovering above it and making as if
I can attest that the alcohol isn't poison, at least not more than usual.
Okay.
At least not your specific thing.
You're right. I mean,
you said the bar was
the August Marsh isn't poison. That's all I can speak to.
Right.
The drink, not me. I am also not poisoned.
No more than usual.
Yes.
Right.
Always helpful, August Marsh.
So, what are you made statements, August? Are you doing anything? That's my question.
Yeah. How about would I go out front and I don't have like a whole speech prepared, but maybe he tries to like regale the guests of some old pirate stories, keep them entertained while they're frustratedly wanting to get in.
Okay. So we do have a clock for the restaurant opening, and it is ticked once. On 4 ticks, you guys are going to get it like 4 things to do, and then the restaurant's going to open. So I'm going to have you make a cajole roll on the next turn to delay the opening of the restaurant. That sounds like what you're trying to do, August.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Vex, what are you doing?
I definitely think she's like, I don't know, why, I know that I screwed up that that job, but I don't know why you would feel the need to mess up Leon's life. So like you can't poison everybody in there. Connie, did you poison everybody in there? Like what did you do?
He's like, so are you saying that your concerns are with them, or your concerns with me?
Look, I don't think it's fair for you to pull this stuff on me. You know that I went out there and I was trying to prove that I could do it, that I didn't need someone to always be watching behind me and cleaning up my mess, that I can go out there and I can get jobs done. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And yeah, I started working with a couple people, and maybe, we did a couple of other, favors for each other, and maybe I owe them now. So are they not part of the family? Isn't that how this works? Don't we all work for each other? So you can't, not right now, not at this particular moment. We can have that discussion later. But right now, if a bunch of people are going to die in this restaurant, I kind of need to know. And I can roll whatever you want me to roll for that.
Make me a roll. Make me a roll.
All right. I need to know what's happening and what his plan is.
I think. Stop. What roll is it? I think this sounds like a cajole roll.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Well, yeah. I mean, it could. Like, I'll do a sweet talk too, because again, I need to.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening. Oh, that will be very nice. That will be a 13.
Okay. He stops walking. And he says, the restaurant is not currently poisoned. But it will be tonight. And you need to pick your sides. Your father, when was the last time you visited him?
And I don't want to have this conversation right now. I really need to know what your plan is and what.
He twists his head to the side. Oh, I can get my own jobs. Oh, I can do my own work. It sounds like you are telling me you no longer need the family. And I need you to pick sides. He's like, I'm not going to kill you.
That's nice.
And for what it's worth, I'm proud of you. But you had to know where you were.
What do I need to do? What will I owe if I can stop whatever this is? I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll never talk to them again. What is it? What, you got to have a price.
Oh, I have a price. He says, I will call on you. If it's killing your friends, if it's poisoning a room full of people, whatever it is, you will do it without question. Is that the deal you want to make?
You'll leave them alone tonight?
Tonight.
Yeah. We'll do it. I'll do it.
You really think they're going to trust you now? He takes his arm out of your arm and he starts walking.
Okay.
If this is the deal you want, this is the deal you can have. He walks over to a car. It is beautiful, angular, and highly armored. And he looks at you, waiting for your decision.
Oh, I'm going to go tell them that they're not going to die. And then I guess you'll be seeing me again real soon.
I called you. I sent word for you to come be with the family. You stood in front of me and you pretended like you were someone I didn't know.
Look, this is a complicated situation. I really didn't want it. I will make it up to you. I promise. You have to trust me.
You will. We're going to go back into the restaurant. Go ahead and make a cajole roll for the crowd, August Marsh.
Right.
That'll be a 9.
A 9. Okay. People are absolutely amused by your stories, and they are absolutely amused by your tales. Because this is the first time they've heard them.
Right.
Sim, you might overhear some of this and be like, I can't believe he's telling that one again. So we are not going to tick the clock, but you hear like rumble that folks, as much as they're enjoying the pre-show, they came hungry. Okay. Sim, go ahead and we're gonna make this a 4-tick clock. Go ahead and make a roll.
That's for make, it's an 11.
11. Okay, go ahead and tick that clock 3 times.
The check for poison clock.
The check for poison clock.
Okay.
Vex, you're coming back in the restaurant.
I sure am, if they'll let me.
So August Marsh, here comes Vex. What you got to say?
Yeah, you can go on in. I'm sure we need to talk about all this.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be thanks. And she like runs inside.
Okay. And you run into Leanna.
She like, don't punch me. And she just runs up to her and she's like, it's all right. I talked it over. Everything's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to you tonight. You can open.
You see her kind of sigh, and she looks a little sad in her face. And she says, whatever you've done, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You know you have to leave, right?
Oh, I do. I definitely have to leave and never have anyone find me ever again. So have a great opening, and I guess I'll never see you.
Okay. Um, August Marsh. Let's do a entertain the crowd roll.
Is that a cajole still?
Yes, unless you want to use another action.
No, no, that's good. This time it's a 14.
14,
Wow.
As high as possible.
Stories are even better the second time.
right?
And just
Um,
as true.
You become body and hilarious, and the people are truly entranced. Sim. I guess Vex, you go into the kitchen?
Um,
Or what are you doing?
if Liana doesn't stop me, because I know she said I have to leave, I would try and duck in there before I did.
She doesn't stop you.
All right. Then I would definitely like burst into the kitchen and be like, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. I
Sim.
talked to him. It's going to be okay.
Sim's in the middle of like some very intricate test, and it just like goes everywhere, like
Yep.
with the noise. And he's cleared out the kitchen of everybody else at this point. What do you mean you talked to them? Who did you? I thought everyone was gonna die. What's going on?
No one is going to die tonight.
Wait, what was that last part?
It's everything's going to be okay. There will be no one is getting poisoned at the opening. I talked to my uncle. I worked it out, and it's
You
fine.
convinced him not to eliminate his greatest competition in the city with the conversation.
I convinced him not to poison everyone at this opening,
which is in the next few hours.
Yes.
15 minutes. I
Right.
mean, you guys are late.
very
You guys are
soon.
late. You guys are
Right.
late.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, for the next few hours. You convinced him not to poison the people for the next few hours until the restaurant closes at the end of tonight. And then what happens? Do we do this again tomorrow? Have you convinced him to become a good person and stop poisoning people?
I don't know what we're doing, but I know that I have to go. So I've done what I can, and I need to leave. So just wanted to let y'all know that it's gonna be okay tonight. And
So again, with that last part, several follow-up questions.
Vex is like walking out, like she's like, I'm
Sim will literally like grab her by the arm and turn her back around and be like, and like starts to get more serious. It's like, no, really, that guy, I've only met him the one time, but it sounds like he's done a good job with your help of ruining my life and the life of many dozens of people that I've known. And I feel like really what we need to do is deal with that guy on a much more permanent basis. I know he's your family and all, but if he is allowed to continue running the city the way he is, I really highly regret giving the Sapporo formula to him last time. I was hoping we could get it to Liana, but who has been an actual good person and a helpful person to me, as opposed to, again, you and your terrible uncle. So should we try to do something if we know that this restaurant is allegedly safe because the murderer told us it was? Do something else once I finish this test to make sure it's safe, like go and deal with him and his goons. And then whatever this plan is of you to leave, if you're taking his side and doing that and allowing him to poison people, that's fine. But if you are in fact a good person who might want to, say, help people instead of poison them moving forward, maybe join us and do that instead.
So I'm gonna say some words to you, and because I don't think you quite understand, I cannot stay anywhere. if I'm not working for my uncle. So if I stay here and try to do something bad to my uncle, bad things will happen here. More, probably worse than what would happen if I wasn't. So, Vex can't exist anymore. I'm going to have to go somewhere else or become someone else.
You were. This is coming from the master of disguise. I don't think we've done a single mission where you've been Vex all the way through it. Why
But
does
she
it
like
matter?
grabs his shoulders and is like, I don't think you understand though. Okay, this is an idea, but I cannot exist anymore. Like, cannot. If he ever found out that I was still alive, it would be
That's
really, really bad.
That's why you have friends who care about you instead of villains who make other people into villains.
If August wants to be part of this scene, feel free to jump in.
Yeah, I feel like somewhere in here, Sim would be like, hold that for 2 seconds and like try to finish what he's doing to
Sure.
go
Go
outside.
ahead. Go ahead and make
Yeah.
that. Go ahead and make that make roll at a -1.
He drops like one more thing
Emotions.
of his feature onto the food. With a -1 and a +1 for make, it's a 7.
All right. So you are certain the food is fine.
Okay.
August Marsh, did you want to get in on this scene?
Sure.
You've convinced people that it is well worth the wait.
And Sim tells Liana, like, I've checked the kitchen. It seems like we're fine for tonight and you should be clear to open. Like, and Sim has tasted the food and been like, it's good. We're all okay. So we'll then go tell August, you don't need to delay this anymore. But nice stories.
Yeah, it went well. They believed all of it, like they should.
Yeah.
All right, well, pull up a drink, August. We've got a situation beyond
Already
this
on
situation.
I don't want to drag you guys into something that you don't want to be a part of. So if you feel like harboring a fugitive who's pretty good at, shaking people down, but I understand if you'd rather just live your lives and go back to what you've been doing.
I feel like Vex is only a fugitive if the person who's making her a fugitive is still in the picture. And I'm suggesting a more long-term solution to this.
I think it would help you go down in history even more than you already are, August.
I mean, look, we all pretend to be something we're not sometimes. But, we can change that, what we think we are. I can help if we think it'll help.
All right. Are we going to take down my uncle? All right.
Yeah, I think we're doing that.
Oh, you guys
Otherwise,
are cool.
Unless you want to live every night of your life like tonight, searching your food.
Okay. I think, well, we're going to need to come up with a plan, but maybe, since we know tonight is going to be fine, maybe we can just have some dinner.
All right, look, it's probably about time, I said. But my real name is Simon Harrow. I was a low-level kind of cabin boy on the Fata Morgana, and untimely fate befell the real August Marsh and the rest of his crew, as tends to be the case with notorious pirates. And I've only been deftly imitating him ever since. All of which is to say that between that and your proclivities for disguise, it would not be a problem for me if I was not the only one of us who utilized August Marsh as an alias. You know what I'm saying?
Vex is going to be like, wait. You're not August Marsh?
No, and frankly, it was a dubious plan to begin with. I don't know how I thought anyone would not recognize me as the guy that I'm pretending to be, but
I've been trying to gain clout by hanging out with the guy who said he was August. Oh my. Well, Simon, I appreciate your honesty. And yeah, I mean, you fooled me. So maybe this isn't as harebrained as I think it is.
it's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It feels like you fooled everyone. Is there anyone, like, I'm thinking back through what Sim has actually seen, is there anyone who has not seen you to be August Marsh?
Liana. Right?
Right, but Sim doesn't know that.
Right, that's true.
I ain't only the people who already knew.
Then I guess you're doing a pretty good job.
Maybe you can teach me a couple of things. I don't know. Maybe this is going to be kind of fun. Maybe, be like dressing up and pretending to be other people and like doing heists and stuff. And I guess killing my uncle. It's, this. Maybe this won't be so bad.
And you know what we could do? We could like have 2 August Marsh show up for something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas. Like that would really confuse some people. And I could foresee that going well for some on a specific future plan that now concocting. You
Yes.
Does this have to do with the ghost thing that I didn't get to see?
Maybe.
I mean, it doesn't not have to do with ghosts.
That worked out so well. I wish you could have seen it. That was the best acting probably ever by both of us.
You guys are feeling really good about things, and Leanna opens the door and says, can we open this restaurant?
Oh yeah. The food's all good. You're good to go.
You did this like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's all good.
Thank you, Sim. Thank you, August. She looks at you, Vex, and says, good luck.
You might want to brew up more of the August Marsh concoction. I think a lot of the people out front are going to be interested in having that.
I am going to ask you to leave the kitchen, Vex.
Looks very sad and kind of backs out and maybe thinks it's about putting on a costume so she can come in with all of the patrons.
All right. I'm going to ask you guys what you do in the throng of things as the restaurant opens up and people come in, and there are lots of orders for the Kraken Jambalaya, which anybody was speaking so highly of just a few nights ago. And a few people have been moved to let me try that August March. And it shows like lots of burning beverages show up at tables. What are you doing during the opening of the restaurant, Sim?
I think normally Sim would be in the kitchen, but he's like found a place probably by the stairs or the bar or something, that he can just lean against the wall and like take in the opening of a restaurant and the patrons enjoying themselves and the like general good feelings and the celebratory nature, because it's just been a long time since he's been in like an active working restaurant, and he's like enjoying every part of that. So for the few moments of peace that he gets.
What are you doing, August Marsh?
He goes back in the kitchen and comes back out with like a giant block of ice, and he pulls it out and like uses his sword to like cut a little channel in it, and he sets it up right at the tap for the August Marsh, and he sets up like an ice luge thing that people can drink the August Marsh from. Yeah, himself, but he has to test it first because
Of course.
Because-
it might be poisoned. Yeah,
Right.
Right.
We don't say the P word during opening night.
He doesn't explain why, but that's why.
Right.
The only
Like
reason.
saying Macbeth in a theater. You can't do it.
What's Vex doing?
I think Vex will kind of find a way, maybe to the roof of an adjacent building, and just keep an eye on things. She can kind of maybe see in a window and like see that everybody's having a good time, and she can see who's coming and going and who's walking and up and down the street, and just kind of watches from afar.
And I think that's kind of a fantastic place to end.
I like it.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Like, I had all these ideas. I'm like, well, they might have a fight, but like, I was like, I'm trying to create this boiler pot of feels, and I'm like, I think I've tried to earn it along the way.
Yeah.
You guys gave me some great seeds, and I'm like, we planted them and we tended them, and
Now we get to
Yeah,
have
they're
ants.
paying off.
I
Yeah.
love it.
they tried to eat each other. All right. Let's do one more downtime just for fun,
Okay.
in case we ever come back to this again.
Sure.
And
We have our super villain in case we ever do.
Right.
exactly. What's life without an antagonist?
Mhm.
Right.
So our first downtime, what are you doing, August Marsh?
I guess I'll just train some.
So
I'll
after, just a heads up, after you are reputation 2, you can't train anymore.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
And that way things don't get out of hand.
Mhm.
We're not there yet, right?
So what
Right.
are you training, August Marsh?
I guess sneak.
Sneak. Okay. Go ahead and roll 2 dice.
It's gonna be an 8.
An 8. Okay. So 2 ticks on the clock, 4-tick clock. What are you doing during downtime, Sim?
I think I'm going to try to replenish the brews that were all lost. That was a 1 out of 3 on that clock.
Nice.
That's an 8.
8. The clock is full.
All right. Brews are back.
Yes. There's a shark going around with diarrhea as we speak, eating that spider roll.
Yeah.
What are you doing for your downtime, Vex?
I think I'm also going to train. I would like another cajole because it's kind of what I do. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, boy. A whole 6.
A whole 6, 1 tick on a 4-tick clock. And we're going to have a little vignette as Leanne comes up to you, Sim.
Mm-hmm.
And she stands next to you, and she says, "So do you forgive her?"
Uh, I mean, not. I think there's room for that in time. She, you can't control who your family is. I don't know her full story. She, I've known good people who've done bad things. And I think what really matters is who you choose to keep as your family when you're actually given the option. So I think it remains to be seen. How about you?
It's clear that she cares for you too. I wish you all the best of luck.
Well, congratulations on your opening. It's
Thank
a beautiful restaurant. I will do what I can to keep it that way for as long as possible.
Well, you should just know I couldn't have gotten here without you.
And like outside, there's a kid with a cart carrying a giant rat, like to a bunch of other kids. Like, yay!
Um, I don't want you to be in a position like your friend. But you're gonna have to choose. And I will go out of my way to help you if you choose her as a friend. But it will put some distance between us. And that's
Yeah.
not a threat. You will always have a place here. But at a certain point it's business. And personally, I will always help you, but I can't have you in my business if you're with her.
And Sim looks around at the amazing restaurant and all of the cool things he has wanted to have as a part of his life for the last however many years. He's like, I totally get that. And I appreciate all that you've done for me, and you will see me again. And I think the three of us make a good team.
I think you do too. I look forward to getting that call one day that you need to open up your own restaurant.
Well, here's hoping.
August Marsh. Leanna comes over to you. And she actually puts her arm in your arm.
He looks at that in a slightly confused manner, but it's like, all right.
And she says, good luck, August Marsh.
I'm gonna need it.
You take care of that ship.
Don't have to tell me twice.
If you need anything, please let me know. But I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Oh, that's fair. Here's a shell for you. You can reach beyond this.
Shells. She hands it back to you and she says,
No one will take.
I think I still have the first shell you gave me. But I'm sure you don't remember.
I want to know the tea.
So does August Marsh.
I know he does.
Thinking about it. Nothing's showing up in his eyes.
So, Vex, you're standing on the roof, doing your Defender of the Night thing, and a smell catches your nose, and you look over your shoulder, and there's a delicious bowl of Kraken jambalaya over there.
I think Vex would. Is it just it's by itself? I don't know how it got there.
Yep. Silverware. There's a napkin.
Vex is definitely going to take it and go like sit down on the roof, like with her legs like dangling over, and like just so she can like see into like one of the windows where like one of the tables is, and she'll like set her little bowl in her lap and like start eating and just like sob quietly as she's eating. But like smiling,
Yeah.
you know.
What are we doing for our second downtime roll, Vex?
I'm gonna see if I can somehow get this cajole roll clock filled. Maybe I can. 8.
8. 2 more ticks.
Not quite full, but getting there.
August Marsh, what are we doing for our second downtime roll?
I'll try to finish up that train. That won't happen. 3. 4.
4. 1 more tick.
Okay. Almost.
And Sim, what are we doing for our second downtime roll?
Sim's gonna train too. I think he's going to start a clock for arcane.
All right.
So trying to make his go from building things to building fiery and icy things. And it's only a 4.
Okay, 1 tick. And that's where we leave our characters, folks. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes.
Thank you for joining us on the Hala XP Actual Play Podcast. For more information on Shibuyan Knights, go to ashyfeet.com. There you'll find more episodes for this podcast. If you like the show, please rate us and review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Until next time, wishing you the very best and have some fun in your life.